Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. It's MikeBot37 and last time we finished up day 2 of the trial where we learned that the SL9 incident ran much deeper than we thought and that they did in fact forge evidence in that case. So Edgeworth's rumors were in fact true. He did forge evidence. But though he didn't know he didn't know it was forged evidence, but it was still forged evidence that he presented. So, yeah, so now we are in the immediate aftermath of that with day 3 of the investigation. So, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna jump right into it, we're gonna see how it goes, because it's part 25 of the series. Okay, episode 5, Rise from the Ashes, day 3, investigation. February 24th, 3:12 p.m., Wright and Company law offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the Elsa Knight incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was the only trying to save me. So that means you... Yeah. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. Music. I didn't see that one coming. Time to talk. SL9 incident. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. It was a terrible thunder that stormed that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Oh boy. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed us through the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Permanent picture? After the incident. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean she provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true. Even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in the falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. She must not have been able to face up what she did, especially not to Emma. Permanent picture. So, what did you see in the instant that the crime occurred? I say this despite the fact that you may have PTSD. Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl? I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. Oh. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. Alone in the courtroom. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. Must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies, and to find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana will never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. Something puzzling. Yes, there's a lot of mysteries around this whole thing. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective office is in the questioning room right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Jodar case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. Okay. Looks like we're off to the detention center again. We need some answers, but you're gonna give us some answers, Lana Sky, or else we might be having some trouble here. Well, Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, you're wrong. An innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was a reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Okay, so today's trial. A lot of revelations were covered in the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one, 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed in that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Mrs. Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Detective Lana Sky. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. Oh, there's Gant, too. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filled. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're a chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to his resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Dark investigation. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation led by Damon. That means the investigation was led by Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. You even had the same office? We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Yeah. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was a serial killer. We asked him to come into questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his foul murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. What? Now you tell us! First one of the scene. Damon and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation wasn't in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gann and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he went straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gann and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run into the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gann and Marshall were questioning Dark. Ugh, that's dead, alright. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her system must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite the coincidence. I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Huh? Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder. Okay, so I guess now we're going to... about the underground parking lot, actually. I wanted to check this out. What do we got? February 24th? No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking to what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today on that day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were planning on making some headway in our case. But instead, it looks like we ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. Gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. Yeah, because tomorrow is the last day of the case, and we cannot not fall back. Is Edruff in right now, actually? I'm curious. Mr. Edruff isn't here. Okay, he's not. Maybe he's getting questioned by the inquiry committee. He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, if Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago, I guess we'll just have to come back later. Okay, so he's not here then. Go, Criminal Affairs Department. Gumshoe is probably here, I guess. I don't see Detective Gumshoe. Oh, never mind. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. The chief detective seems the same, though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later. Okay, so, nope, this isn't right either. Please from an entrance. What do we got here? Oh, hello. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. Never thought things turned out the way when I woke up this morning. Consider, you never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Yeah, it was so. It was unfortunate. I held a funeral. I held a funeral and everything. Hardly anyone turned up, but it was a nice service. Say where. I'm sure it was. Say where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Yeah, no, he's absolutely getting arrested. Why did prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. I guess he was gonna talk to Miss Starr before he turned himself in. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All of the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match for the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon. Huh. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind? Prosecutor Marshall. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when it went down. That was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What do you look at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, but that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Huh. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years had gone by already. Trying to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. Scars. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. What do you mean taken care of? Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant and Skye. The investigation led Damon Gant into second command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred... Oh, that's not Marshall. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Huh? Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Scott was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, I must have said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. On a secret. It all started 2 years ago. Oh, okay, music's done. I guess I'm going now. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. It's just, that's new, it just pops the cork. He just pops the cork. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. I'm gone one final time, like the wind. Oh man, that's probably the last time That's probably the last time we're actually going to see him this case. I'm kind of sad. Where do we go back here? Okay, I think Gumshoe's back now. Place is always pretty empty, but today is deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do. About Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see what Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the Chief's office. Can we even actually go there? I guess so. Oh. Why the... Damon Gant, why do you just have an organ in your office? It fits there, it fits, but okay. Huh. Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what I said at the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. Did she just actually try to play the organ? I can never remember where C was. Oh, hello. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Wright-o, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full, too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. And Law's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence. 2 years have passed since that incident. Now, my, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. Can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Giant team picture, added to the court record. Photo of the war ceremony of Gant, Lana, and Neil. Okay, what else we got? Oh, music's stopping again. Anyway, I'd like to be venomous all day, but that matters I need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, this office. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Huh. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. And we have been kicked out. We've been kicked out completely. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief can't deny a request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Well, we can either talk to Gumshoe or Edgeworth. Oh, look, we got more here now. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe! Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No, why do you ask? He's under fire. He's under fire from both the police department and prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That false but evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. Oh, cool, we can talk from him. Edward's crisis. But why would Edward be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. This guy is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they presented in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going on about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Miss Edgeworth just might crack. That's not an incident. Actually, I took a look at the vial earlier when the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Dork left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall? He was trying to protect some girl. Some girl? Me. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, well, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fails to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. You know what? Better than nothing. And first things first, though, Dark's crimes. George Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. It was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take serial killing? One day, on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident, and he killed a lady who saw the second crime. He walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burying the bodies, Jogger came up upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in? Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered the final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing the last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, a.k.a. Emma. Okay, time to present the knife. Hey, Gumshoe, do you recognize, this old thing? About this. Hey, is that? That's a tag attached with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in the locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. But what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget it again. Murder weapon. This knife was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. He retraced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it has his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where that broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Marshall was carrying it inside his own body. Ugh. It was found deep inside the stab wound. I guess that's it. Did it match Dark's knives? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report added to record. Stabbing him back, diving punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was found and was in the wound. And the switchblade knife was updated. Okay. Well, there you have it. Sorry. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? There's money you need. You should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does because I'm the chief. This office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, a detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I'd be canned.
And very likely fired. Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
But this ID card, it's the Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. I don't think we have that kind of evidence on hand right now, do we? I mean, this?
About that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere.
Somewhere.
Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives.
This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met.
Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me.
Chief Gant.
Okay, where could I have seen that before?
I'm looking at both that jar and the King of Prosecutors trophies. Take that! And nope, that did not work. You know what? What if we try going to talk to Edgeworth now? Would that work? I don't know. Let's see. Parking lot. High prosecutor's office. Yes. Okay. And what if Edgeworth is back yet? There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
What are you doing here?
He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh?
I've had to live with the past 2 years of rumors flying around.
It's another allegation to me. Sure, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
So, what do you want? Like some people, I don't have all day. Talk. Forged evidence.
There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to. Nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. The fact remains that the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Tomorrow's trial. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial, and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I bet that's why Miss Peters are banking. I bet that's what Miss Peters are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence seems too short. Most lists, when twice as long, is only half as long as most lists. That is odd. When Neil Marshall was murdered, I became the prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seemed strange about it. Day of the crime. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over the station, right? I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Didn't he? Yes, it's a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's a story we heard yesterday.
Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Oh, that's right. I was presenting a photo of that. Right. We were talking about Edgeworth. We talked to him about everything. No, we did not. King of Prosecutors Trophy. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard of this story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Oh, this music. Cross-examination time. Long ago, in the Kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with two items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection! Those claims contradict each other! The pursuit music, too! Very perceptive, but then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with a merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant. King of Prosecutors Trophy, updated in court record. 2 years ago, the halberd was moved at Gant's behest, giving it its current form. Okay. Anyways, did we examine this yet? We did not. Whatever he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edward was sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edward! Is that Detective Gumshoe at the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Just like I thought I told the detective to wear a harness while he was washing my windows. Imbecile. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Oh. Resignation? Edward, you don't mean... I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. But, Mr. Edward, none of it's your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Letter of resignation, put it in your pocket. Okay. So, is that it, actually? I know I examined all this before. I don't need to examine it again. We talked to him about it. We cannot. Can I present it to him? They say where there's smoke, there's fire. Apparently, I was so caught up in the smoke, I lost sight of the truth. Edgeworth, the others are right. I have no right to serve as a prosecutor. But Mr. Edgeworth, you're only doing your job. I've always made my own decisions about what I can or cannot do. That hasn't changed. Forgiving myself is something I cannot do. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. Okay. In that case, actually, you know what? There is probably someone we can show that to. Well, first things first. Back here. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, it's Miss Star again. What do you think you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star? I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's... Okay. I thought it spelled milk. I was expecting that line. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred in the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This all can't be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to savor when eaten. The Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back 2 years ago. I guess we should talk to her now. Dark investigation. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell. You mean, because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. Became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Not a Sky. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant? After case closed. That legendary pair was the reason we were all able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. Huh? To that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Not this quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? That's getting more interesting. Legendary duo. Team again, Lana Sky. Can't let the investigation of Lana's second in command. They were the best. They solved all kind of cases together, didn't they? Damn against magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he'd handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes. Myself included. I was a fool, really. She didn't do anything crooked, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall? When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. This would make it all the more infuriating. Miss Star? That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how can he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she has never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her to change. At last, finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. That's actually pretty good parting terms for two of us. So, Detective Center. Can we talk to her about any of this? No, we cannot. I guess we'll go to Criminal Affairs then. Okay, here we go. Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. No, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files, turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? That's not what he said. If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. Huh? I'm not letting you in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we could do to make the detective change his mind. I think there is. Take that! What's this scribbled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgar can't be serious! Is he ever not serious? Can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgar really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective? I hope she feels bad. That's it. I've made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. Can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook if another lost time report. Look at me. It's no secret. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. So Gumshoe could be fired. Oh god. Alright, detective. Thank you. Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into pocket. So now we can get back to the office. Can we talk at all? No. Okay. Chief's office. February 24th. Police Department. Chief's office. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. We're back. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. just slaps him in fear. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap. Yeah, she did slap him. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing sneaking up on us like that? That wasn't sneaking. I was just worried if something might go wrong. So I came to. If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID card? Since he got crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that! Wow. Hey, don't do that to my card! Sorry, detective. I hardly ever get a chance to come here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Okay, let's start examining. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. Put that paper he was reading at his desk. Oh yeah, that. Wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. List of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name.
Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, Detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about the evidence list. Well, normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence? The list of evidence. This team's too short. Both lists. One twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it! The Chief must be hiding something about the case! It would appear so. Evidence list added to the record. Ripped in half. Anything else? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Found this inside the drawer. List of evidence from the SL9 incident. Mr. Edward had the other half of that list. What would this list be doing here? We better look a little more into this list. Okay, so let's go ahead and examine it then. Guys, so much evidence. Oh my god. Check it. What do we got? Is there anything? Oh, okay. Hi. Wonder what this is. Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? Can't make it out. Better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are you guys moving about like that, Mr. Wright? I'd better not forget about this picture. Okay, so that's updated. Oh yeah, that's the whole file thing. We don't need to see that again. I definitely do not need to see that again. We talked to him at all. Chief's office. That desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting. That's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. It's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. Told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Now, can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because of one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's the only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think? Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now let's look around a bit more here. Wait, hey, hold on! Not so fast, buddy! Huh? What is it? If someone tells you don't worry about it, they're supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go like that. Sorry? This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. Hello, Wrighto. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Sorry, Detective. Oh, right, safe. This was here. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe of intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered on this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I just might know what it is. I guess we'll input the number. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's no, Detective. That's not what I was doing. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Oh, I have to actually input the code. Dang it! I was gonna. Okay, when did the SL9 incident happen again? I guess we'll try to hope for the best. 09. Wait. Oh no, this isn't gonna be right. Yeah, no. I guess that wasn't it. I was so sure that was the number.
Maybe we should check the call record again. A 7-digit number. Okay, hang on. Let's actually... When did this happen again? SL9 case files right here. SL9 incident. When was the day? It doesn't say the day. God dang it. Okay. I don't know what day it was. Oh, you know what? It could be his ID, because these are 7 digits, right? Yeah, all 7s. All 7s. Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's try it. All 7s. Let's go. Yeah! All 7s. Okay, here we go. The secret passcode is 7777777. Yes! Worked! Yay. Bingo. What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that, pal?
77777. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number the mysterious executive officer entered the room that day.
You mean 7777777? That ID number?
I think you're 1-7 shy this time. It's only with one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Let's examine it now.
Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away?
Look, it's a
shard from a broken cup.
This somehow looks familiar. Have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. What's this? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it?
Hey! Saw someone wearing a shirt like that once? Think Chief made up the design?
I don't think so.
Oh. Well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? This was all that was in the safe?
Apparently so.
It's empty now.
Piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here.
Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show to the detective. Probably is. Hang on, because I know what the first thing is. I don't know what you have to show with the handprint, but you can show this with the cup. Take the gumshoe. Did you have another look at this? Look at this jar.
I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those are the days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one? You mean this one that was in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
Now that you mentioned it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Yeah, let me see that shard. Take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I could piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Okay, so we got this one piece now. Do that to... Oh, no. Other way, like that. And then... There we go. Okay. Boom. There. Fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. Oh. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But...
Hey, guys, get a load of this!
What is it?
This piece you just attached is different from the others.
Oh, a lot of blood on that. There's a reddish line on it. Reddish line? That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe?
Unstable jar, update the record. So now we need to show something for the second one, which is a handprint. I guess we do this. Take a gumshoe. I'd like you to have a look at this.
Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints?
That's a great idea, Detective.
Alright, go to town, sheesh.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead, take my fingerprint.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh?
Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe.
Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor?
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away.
Where's the mic on this? On the Pro Controller?
I forgot where the mic is. Anyways, what are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna... dust it all over this place. Oh wait, there's a blow button, right? Okay. There we go. Got a print. It's not finished. Give him my best shot. The kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it does look like we'll get clear results from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. Okay, let's try... This one's probably clear enough. Going all around. Okay, time to blow it away. Ah, not enough. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Who do we got? Not Gant, not Makins, not Jake, not Bruce, not Gumshoe, not Lana. Oh, someone. Uh-oh. Okay. Here we go, comparing. Comparison complete. Match found. No. How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Psst! Hey, you! Over here! What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
You mean me, sir?
Oh, that's mean. Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
But sir!
Oh, get out.
Yes, sir!
Oh no, he's gonna be fired. We'll be on our way too then. Wait! You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I would like a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with spiky hair. You're free to go. Mr. Wright! He's kicking me out! No!
Look, pal, if I've told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you?
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it.
Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal.
After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. February 24th, Detention Center. Are we talking to Lana? Yes, we are. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really. I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said I was the one who stabbed I said I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. He did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. Huh? It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to go to tell me the rest of the story. Okay, time to talk. Keep it quiet. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, but there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not you're unwilling to tell the truth to. It's that you're incapable of doing so, because of a certain individual. Very intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? It's the first person in this gosh dang profile section. Okay, David Gant. Take that! Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it you're still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think? No. David Gant. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respect him as a detective. Assuming he's respectable, tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it though that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than that. You'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Okay, I guess we go for this. Take that! You want proof of the Chief's wrongdoings? Here it is. That evidence proves something. That evidence proves someone's doing something wrong, all right. But it's not the Chief. Who would that be? Why, you, of course. Ah, dang it. Yes, you seriously believe what you're saying, don't you? Now that's scary. You seem to have got the makers of criminal in you. What's from all your fallacious accusations? Gonna spend tonight in the cell next to mine. If you're asking me, you're the scary one. Okay, I guess we gotta try this again then. I guess we go for the vase, the jar. Take that. I just found this in the safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece. Okay. Are you kidding me? It's these two pieces of evidence which must be presented in this order. Oh god. You couldn't have given me the same response for the cloth? Seriously? Wow. Thanks game. Okay. Do you know what these are? The pieces of evidence from the SI incident. But apparently I need you to destroy the jar and not the cloth. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touche, Mr. Wright. It is as his minds. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman, or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Orders. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems I got blood on the victim's shoe as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. The star, huh? So that's how it all comes together. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? Boo. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be open again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edward's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened, to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. Bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. Oh, really? Yes, I was called too. Called to deliver duty in my old town. To Marshall? Why don't we call him? It's a crazy cowboy. Hey, I take offense to that, partner. Lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? It truly all comes together. Wow. Okay, it's one phone call. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright. Both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial? There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer? And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? To be continued. Okay, that is it. This was the final investigation of this game, and now we are on to the final trial as well. So, this is going to be the end of this episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'll be back for next time. This is part 1 of the finale marathon. Tomorrow, another episode will premiere. It will be part of the trial. I don't know. That will definitely be the finale. This one's gonna take a while. So, yep, that is it for now. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.